Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Right now, it's game time. So we're gonna go right back into my map. It's the Apocalypse 1, Day 20. We are on Conflict of Nation, World War III. I am Saudi Arabia at the moment, and I wanted to break down a little bit of the troops that I like to use. Wow, you see, I've been kicking this dude's butt. I'm all over the place. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so I'm gonna show a little bit of the troops that I like to use. I don't use a whole lot of tanks. I used tanks for a long time. I don't really use them much anymore because I think they're too much of a hassle, and they're really not needed. I got one right here. You can see this one right here. This is actually one that you start with at the very beginning when you first start the match. This is a vehicle that they give you, and apparently my stuff does not die because my techniques with my jets and everything are just incredible. Anyways, so what I like to do, and we're gonna go over here to research. So I'm gonna start off with my soft troops. So the two that I like to use, and you can see them, they're in blue right now. The basic infantry, I'm going to talk about them a little bit. They're nothing special at the very beginning. See, they only do like a 3 and a 2 to tanks or hard targets, okay? Nothing special. They do have a little bit of the air defense to them, and that's kind of a big thing that I like when it comes to troops that I have, because when other people are producing air support, I want to be able to stand a little bit of a chance against them because it's a pain in the butt. Trust me, I know, because that's kind of my big tactic of using air support. But anyways, so the basic infantry, they're nothing special to start off with. It's only until you upgrade them to like level 6 that they're actually worth a darn. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So right here it says day 24. If you were on a regular map, you'd have to wait till day 24 to be able to get them upgraded that far. But when you're playing the Apocalypse map, everything's already open for you. You just kind of have to start from the first one and work your way down, which opens up the next and the next and the next. So you can actually get these built up to these pretty quick. I don't have to wait till day 24. Like right now, it's only day 20, and I've already maxed it out from all the way up to day 28, that, you know, because they're already unlocked because you're in Apocalypse. Anyways, when it comes to the day 24, they get something that's really special, and this is why I like them. This is the only reason I like them, because they don't do anything special on damage. 6, that's not bad. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. 4.5 on tanks. Again, nothing special, but still, it's decent. And the air defense, 1.6, kind of shameful, but some of them don't even have air defense, so it's better than nothing. But what makes these guys stand out and why I like them is that once you get them to level 6, they then get a range attack. They get their own type of artillery basically strapped to their back when they're running around. So if you look at one of my other videos, I always talk about taking my troops just to the borderline. And here's a perfect example. Now see this guy right here? You see him right there? You see that circle? Once you get him up to level 6, he is then capable, and he gets this circle. And it's not a big circle, but it's big enough. Now if you look at it, it says bombarding the 5th Armored Contact. So he's bombarding this dude right here. You see that? You see this little target there? And he's going to hit him again in about 37 minutes. And he could just sit here and do it all day long, and then the guy's just going to eventually be killed. This is a pretty big stack. I think he had like 6 troops just stacked on here. I lost a guy to him. I sent in one of my National Guards, and he got killed. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to have to send one of these dudes over so he can just bomb him and not take any damage. So he's just going to sit there. He's already been doing that for like the last 3 hours, just welling on this dude. I'm sending jets over because I want them in a certain location. But anyways, but that is one of the biggest... I mean, it's a big tactic. My biggest tactic that I love and I try to really focus on is doing a bunch of damage without taking any type of damage, you know. I like to kind of sneak in, get the job done, and get out, and just how it is. Okay, so that's one of the big reasons why I like the infantry. They're nothing to start with. Once you get them leveled up, then they're kind of a big deal. So that's my number one troop that I like to use. Then, hey, look, I'm in rank 1 right now. See, this is a tactic. See, I'm Saudi Arabia. That's me at the very top, ranked 1. I'm running the map right now. Anyways, we're gonna go back into research. Okay, let's focus on the next one. The next one on this page, you can actually see it's the National Guard. Now, I know a lot of people don't like them. I mean, they are weak. They are very weak. Look, they do a 1.5. They do a half a damage on tanks. And they don't have too much on air defense. So why do I like them? My National Guard, they have 3 names. 1, they're my babysitters. 2, they are my runners. And 3, they're Operation Human Shield. So, and when I say human shield, is they pop out with 15 health. Now, it only takes them 2 hours to build those things. When it takes... We're going to go over to one of the cities. We're going to just make this... My cities, my goodness. Here you are. Okay, so we're going to go here. So you see the basic infantry. I got them up to level 6. It's going to take 23 and 20 minutes in-game hours. But this is a time 4 match, so that's about almost 6 hours. 6 hours to pop him out. So, now my basic, he's advanced National Guard. He's now producing in 9 hours and 43 minutes. So, pretty much just round up, say 10 hours. So you're looking at 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours, I can get a dude. And then this one, it's 6 hours, I can get a dude. So, and the National Guard's a whole lot cheaper. But it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter what their damage is. It's how you use it. So I do not use my National Guard to fight. I do not use them for anything but to just grab land and grab it as fast as they can. And then I use them to free up all my strong troops. So here's an example. Okay, you see this guy right here? I got 2 National Guards here. Now each one right now is doing 2.5 damage. And the reason I have them babysitting is because they're strong enough to fight off insurgents. Okay? You have to get them to level 2. You always have to have 2 together to hold a city. And when they get hit by an insurgent attack, you know, rogue state, then 2 of them are strong enough to keep it safe. But they pump out so fast that I can get a big old stack of them. And so when this guy is done, let's see. Here's an example. I was just sending this. See this guy right here? I'm actually sending him. He was going to this one right here. So he's going up here. And he's going to replace him. So he's going to go stand on that city while it's on fire. You see it's on fire. While it's under 35% or under, you have a chance of it getting taken over by insurgents. But see, this is one of my guys that has a projectile on it. It has artillery. I would rather be able to sneak him on the edge of a city and take out a stack of troops by himself and not worry about anyone being killed. So what I'm going to do is take him over there. He's going to babysit that city, and that's going to free him up, and he's going to go over here and he's going to bomb this dude right here. And then I'm going to kill him and not take any damage. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, so 1, 2, and 3, they're all going to a city. They're all going to go replace one of my infantries so I can then run them around and so forth. But let's see. You come over here. Oh, look, he's about to hit that. See, he's going in. He's just going to sit there and babysit. So it's pretty nice. He is already here. There's 2 right there. He's already babysitting this land. I'm trying to keep it, since it's on fire, I'm trying to keep it so insurgents don't take over because we're using this airfield. Now, see this guy. He's a stack, and I have infantry on him that can bombard. I also have railguns, and I have my anti-air. And since he's already in that, you see how his little red dot's already past that border? This is already telling me that the city's already empty. So now that it's empty and I know that, I'm going to send him into the middle because now he has no threat of being hit. Oh, see? This guy right here is just running around picking up land. He's just a crappy National Guard that's super cheap to build, pops out in 2 minutes, and I just send him around like crazy. So yeah, he's just running around picking up empty land. And then... so he's going to that one, and then this guy's coming in to take that. He's going to take the capital. Oh, you see that guy right there? Something just popped up. Now, this is the exciting part. Do I have a jet here yet? No jet here yet, but I do have jets here. So, just going to tag him. That's how that works. Boom, take care of a problem. So if my jets don't kill him in time, when my guy gets a little bit closer, what I will do is I will stop this infantry from walking in because he can't shoot him. He doesn't have that artillery attached. So what I will do is I'll stop him, I'll bomb him with my jets until it's empty, and then I will continue on through his path. And then he'll just continue picking up land. And this is why you got to watch. So, oh, see, I got 2 circles here. I can take him and I can send him close. What it will do is show me what it is, and then I can tag him with my jets and they'll just bombard him. But if it was my infantry, I can just get him close enough and he'll just bombard him himself. So there's just 2 ways to do it. Okay, so those are the 2 soft troops that I like to use. They're considered soft troops. So let's go. We're going to go back now. Okay, so those are the 2. Those are my main. They both can take land. They both can grab land. So now I always like a support. Supports cannot take land, but they do help a lot. So the one thing in this game, since I can get a troop that can do a long range shelling with their artilleries, the only thing that they're slacking on is air, anti-air. So we want to be able to keep ourselves safe from what other people are flying in. So I always like to build these ones. They're nothing majorly special, but they do decent. So level 1, they have a 4 against jets. And they have a 4.5 against helicopters. So they're doing that anti-air. But what I like about them is that they do a little bit of damage towards soft targets, and they do a little bit of damage towards tanks. Now, if you go to the other one, like this one, this is level 1. Now, see, they do really good against jets, but they really slack. They don't do any damage against helicopters. They don't do any damage against soft or hard targets. So I would rather build 2 of the other ones, which will equal 8 damage that this one will do, but it also defends against other things too. So I kind of look at it like the bigger picture. So that's why I build this one. And if you max it out, if you max it out, which is always a great possibility. Look, he's doing a 7, he's doing a 9 towards helicopters. When it comes to soft targets, it's a 5 that's decent. Still kind of weak against tanks, but hey, he's not going to sit there and take it. He's at least going to do something. Now, I always like to have at least 2 in a stack, so that means if a jet came by, I'm pulling at least a 14 damage on them, plus their defense and all that stuff adds up. So they're nothing majorly special, but they're decent, and they're fast, and they pump out fairly quick. And you can get them going on day 1. It only takes 30 minutes in-game time to get them researched and ready to start going. So that's the next one. Okay, so the very last troop, technically there's only 4 that I use. Okay, so I got my basic infantry, I got my National Guards, which are I personally really like them because I take stuff over so fast because of them. And then I got my anti-air, and then my main player in the game, my main one, is my jets. Now, jets are key to my victory. It always is. So when you're dealing with people that have a lot of anti-air, it makes things a little harder. But that's when my infantry with the artillery comes in handy, because anti-air don't do a lot of damage to them, or any damage to them. So, I mean, everything counteracts everything. I think I found a really nice medium that I can really work with. So what I like to do on my jets, we'll go to the research, you can see that a little better. We'll go to the fighters. Okay, so this very first one right here, this is what the game gives you to start with. They're good at scoping the area. They're good. These are mainly good at air-to-air battles. So these are going to do more damage towards other jets. I don't care about that because I have anti-air troops that I produce. So when I want to protect from the air, I got something that already does that. So these aren't the troops I want, or the jets I want. Now it's these next ones, the strikes. So these are strike fighters. These ones are based from air to ground. So they're going to do damage to the ground. So they focus on damage to the soft and hard targets. They do a little bit towards other air, but they focus on your ground troops, so your soft and hard targets. And these are where I advance on. These are what I like to produce fast of. Once I get a good handful of them, people just don't stand a chance. It takes a couple days. Once I get to like level 9, I have a really good amount of them. I start taking things fast. That's when I start growing excessively quick. And then when I have an excessive amount of ground troops and babysitters that can just hold cities, then my resources grow fast. And so yeah, that's pretty much my tactic. And guys, it works. It works very well. So I don't build tanks much. I might dink around with them every so often, but honestly, they're wrong one. They have a lot of health. They do a lot of damage. Look at this, an 8 and an 8 as a level 1. He'll start off with 50 health, which is great. It's fantastic. But honestly, he does nothing to jets. So when you're coming up and I have all my jets, these things don't stand a chance. And they get so expensive. They start at 18 components just to produce. I don't know. I knock them out. I kill these so easily. It's incredible. Again, this one does a lot of damage towards hard targets, but look, absolutely no damage to air. And then like this one does damage to air. This is the one that I used to use a lot because it at least did some damage to air. But it's just like the other ones. Like they're just, I'm not really worth it. I personally feel, in my opinion, but everybody try them out. What works for you works for you. But overall, there's only 4 troops that I really focus on. I have been doing a lot of boats lately because you do struggle a little bit with your jets when it's far in the water. especially when you're fighting islands like this that I'm at war with. Okay, so these are the boats that I like. Okay, they are a freight. Now, they're right above the Corvette. So you go to boats. Okay, so here's your Corvette. These suck. They only have their strength when they're by the coastline. They really only do damage to some boats. They're not very strong damage. Okay, but this is what they look like. So the ones I like. Okay, they're a little bit better on boats, but they also have that anti-air. It's pretty amazing stuff, and they have a really, really big ring, so things can't even get close without them shooting at it. Jets are a problem, guys, and if you know how to protect against them and use them, it'll change your life. Okay, so let's see what they look like maxed out. Maxed out, they're doing it 8 towards boats. That's great. 10 towards jets. That's awesome. Like, overall, their stats are pretty all around, pretty awesome. So these are my main boats. If you do want to do battleships, I do recommend investing into these ones, not the first ones. The first ones suck against air. I kill these all day long with my jets. Easy kill with jets. But these next ones, they're expensive. They get up there for sure. But these ones do have anti-air equipped to them. You have to advance them to get them actually worth a darn, but they do have it. But anyways, that is the 4 plus the boats that I like to use. Leave down in the comments if you have the same or a tactic that works for you. Yeah, let us know, and then it'll give me something to try in my later matches. All right, thanks guys.